Hey guys, welcome back to a new Gunsmith analysis. Today we have QQ9, which recently got buffed and many people are calling it the best SMG in the game right now. This video will have two parts, this one where I will be doing the stats analysis and covering the best Gunsmith builds you can make, and the next one which will have the comprehensive analysis between the major aggressive SMGs that are used and answering the question, is QQ9 worth using? Stay tuned for the comparison and let's start with the damages and range stats. The QQ9 mainly got a hitbox buff and now we have head, above the waist and below the waist for our hitbox. In the 11-meter range, we take 4 shots to kill if hitting all upper body shots, which has 220 milliseconds time to kill. If we hit even one leg shot, our time to kill will become 293 milliseconds, which is slow compared to the other guns which are available to use in this range. I had criticized the AS Val saying it wasn't meta, but AS Val will have more consistent time to kill compared to QQ9 in this range. Thus, take a note, we have to aim for the 4-shot kill at all times. Otherwise, we have other alternatives available which are going to be better in this range. The next range is till 16 meters where we have a 5-shot kill with 293 milliseconds time to kill. 4-shot potential is there as well, but calling it inconsistent would be an understatement. The next range is till 20 meters and we have a 6-shot kill here with 366 milliseconds time to kill. And using the QQ9 in this range wouldn't be worth it as there are many guns which will outgun us in this range. Thus, in terms of effective range, we only have 16 meters of playable range, where QQ9 will perform good, and this range will primarily be 5-shot kill, 293 milliseconds time to kill, with occasional 4-shot kills. 4-shot kill is going to be inconsistent and I will go in depth regarding this at the later part of this video. We have 2 more ranges remaining though, till 27 meters where on average we will have 7 shots to kill with 439 milliseconds time to kill. But 6-shot kill is also possible, but again inconsistent. And finally, from 28 meter onwards where on average we will take 8 shots to kill or 512 milliseconds time to kill, with occasional 7-shot kills here and there. We shouldn't be using the QQ9 in these ranges at all unless we have a death wish. Thus, overall, looking at the range and time to kill values, we can clearly see the QQ9 has a set 16 meter effective range which we can boost using attachments. But if we are trying to play range with QQ9, then we are taking a losing gunfight. The recoil stability also got a buff and the recoil pattern tends to go up and towards the right. So to control it, we just pull down and towards the left. Controlling the recoil on this gun is pretty straightforward and we can even beam 40 meters no issues. Compared to Fennec, the QQ9 has a much easier and beginner friendly recoil pattern. Coming to the mobility stats, the QQ9 due to being an SMG has fast movement speed of 6.42 meters per second, and the ADS movement speed was initially greatly boosted to 3.9 meters per second, which is absurdly fast, and only yesterday it got nerfed to 3.39 meters per second, which is still fast compared to other guns like Fennec or QXR, but it is better than before at least, as the previous value was just way too fast. We also take 13 frames to ADS, which is on the faster side for SMGs, and reload speed also got a buff. We have 30 ammo in the base mag, which we reload in 2.7 seconds for the full animation and 1.5 seconds if we reload cancel. Thus, reload cancelling is always recommended. Thus, what we can make out from these stats, we have already established the 16 meter effective range and 4-shot kill being inconsistent. Apart from that, the strafing is fastest in the game right now, so we can abuse it and make builds to enhance strafing. Recoil is also pretty simple, so we don't need to invest attachments to control it. Learning to control the recoil by ourselves will be the better alternative, and there have been some changes to hipfire and bullet spread accuracy as well, where we need to stack BSA attachments to make it better for even playing mid-range, and we didn't notice a difference to hipfire. The Fennec still has the better hipfire in comparison. Before I move on to the next part of the video, a huge thank you to Mrroey the GOAT for always helping me out with these stats, as these videos will take longer if I were to test everything myself. Also, do leave a like and don't forget to comment either, as this video took a lot of time and effort to compile. For our gunsmith builds, we have various options and QQ9 works well with most builds, so there isn't technically the best build, just what we prefer. First is Mrroey Mrroey's suggestion for improving the 16-meter effective range, and we start with the mono and tack long barrel to improve the range. We have 23-meter effective range with these attachments, and no stock and tactical laser to improve the strafing and ADS speed. No stock gives 23% strafing, which is a huge increase. For the final attachment, we have to use a mag, and the main choices are between the 10mm mag or the 45 mag. 10mm is personally not worth it, as the range values are similar to the base range, which we get with the 45 mag, and the time to kill is also slower due to the fire rate nerf. We also have more vertical recoil and slower ADS and reload speeds, which overall makes this attachment not worth to use. Thus, always go for the 45 mag unless building a super fast reload build. This is the range build that is recommended by Mrroey, and it's a very good build to use. Speaking of super fast reload, start with the fast mag and apply the sleight of hand perk, and we will reload in approximately 1.2 seconds on average, which is crazy fast. For the other attachments, since this is an aggressive build, apply the tack laser and the integral barrel for the ADS boost and sound suppression. Alternatively, can also use the tactical barrel, as both are good attachments to use. And for the final attachment, I would use the no stock, but some people do not like the increased flinch, so the strike stock can be applied. For the build with tactical barrel, it's the same, either no stock or strike stock. I would personally use the integral plus no stock combination. Speaking of integral barrel, my preferred build is with the 45 mag and granulated, and all of the QQ9 clips you see in this video were done with this build. We don't get any range boost, but it is fast for playing aggressive, and bullet spread accuracy is also nice for taking range fights, although range is really bad with the QQ9. Notice how none of these builds have any recoil control attachments. The only viable attachment is the operator foregrip. That's it. Rubberized is bad as it will make the BSA bad, and the base BSA isn't that good with QQ9 either, so we shouldn't be making it bad. Thus, the only recommended foregrip is the operator grip. Coming to muzzles, the usable ones are the mono for the range boost and sound suppression, or the flash cut for improving the BSA and Hipfire. Compensator and muzzle brake are also usable, but the recoil pattern is easy to learn and get used to, so we don't really need to use these attachments. Coming to stocks, all of them are useful depending on your needs. No stock is the best overall, as it provides 23% boost to ADS movement, and the only worthwhile nerf is the added flinch, which isn't much of a concern playing aggressive. Otherwise, we have combat stock or the light stock for boosting the ADS speed or the ADS movement speed, and finally the strike stock for flinch and BSA improvement. Optics aren't really recommended, and in barrels we have integral, tactical and tack long, which are the only viable barrels. Tactical and 5MW lasers are also good, and only granulated grip is good in rear grips. Those were all the useful attachments you can use for making your own custom builds. Moving on, next we have Hipfire build with 5MW laser and flash guard, and we can switch out either the no stock or the tactical barrel for the granulated for more versatility. It isn't needed as this is a close range build, and for an alternate aggressive build we have this, which is the same as what I earlier showed but with tactical barrel instead. And like I mentioned, light stock or combat stock can also be used to preference. We also have couple alternate builds like mono instead of the integral for some range boost, or the range build but with reduced flinch. You can take the previous builds I showed and change the attachments to preference to make your own custom builds. Finally, we have the Dead Silence Abuse build, which is recommended by Mrroey, and this build is for maximizing the ADS movement speed. Don't forget to equip the Skulker perk and Dead Silence when using this build. The personal change I made was 5MW laser, as I don't need the grip. Tactical laser is also usable, but since we ADS and walk, the laser will be visible, why I use the 5MW laser. Overall, all of these builds are good and you can use them. If you were to ask me what builds I will recommend, it will be the range build, the integral suppressed build. Mono is also usable, otherwise for more mobility we have the tactical barrel instead. And done. QQ9 works well with most builds, thus take your pick. All of them are good. Before I wrap up this video, I want to answer why the 4-shot kill is inconsistent. Let's look at this sample. I see the enemy, they jump, and I end up with a 5-shot kill. So unless people are standing stationary, 5-shot kill will be the norm. And here I see the second enemy and still end up with the 5-shot kill again. And I do play with aim assist off, so aim assist on would have been better, but here I'm waiting for the enemy to give me a peek, and the enemy smartly slides and kills me even though I had the position advantage. I simply couldn't track them in motion, and the sudden hitbox change was also in factor. Aim assist off was a big factor, but sliding has change of hitbox, which again makes the 4-shot inconsistent. Thus this sample was to show that at higher ranks people are never standing stationary. They are always doing some movement, and getting 4 shots to the upper body always under these circumstances is only possible if we have aimbot. Drop shots right now also instantly drop the enemy to the ground, and when we drop shot ourselves we end up hitting the leg shots, adding further inconsistency to the already inconsistent 4-shot kill. And you might say, well Cygnoux, you are bad, you are trash. So I analyzed a bunch of pro players from around the world and from different regions play with the QQ9, and I counted how many total gun kills they had versus how many of them were 4-shot kills, and the results are what we expect, 50-50. Thus there will always be a 50% chance of getting a 4-shot kill, which is going to be inconsistent, as there's also a 50% chance that we will get outgunned. 293 milliseconds is really slow in close range. Fennec and QXR in comparison have more consistent time to kill, which I will cover in the comparison video. But pro players are supposed to have good aim, thus even for them if they have 50% chance, then for the average player it will be even more inconsistent. Why I mentioned we can't rely on the 4-shot kills, as usually we will end up with a 5-shot kill, 293 milliseconds time to kill. I have another sample playing Summit, and I'm climbing up when I saw the enemy and Hipfire and drop shot them. Hipfiring is inconsistent as we can't be precise, so we will end up with a 5-shot kill anyway, and then I drop shotted with all leg shots, having a 5-shot kill in the end. And the other guy, the moment he saw me he jumped, so I ended up getting leg shots even though I had aimed for the chest. And the final guy, again, I started aiming towards the chest, but they drop shotted and got an easy kill on me. And drop shots are instant now, so even if I flicked on them I would have died. Now I had aim assist off, so things will be slightly better with aim assist on, but the bottom line is still the same. The 4-shot is unreliable and inconsistent, and the 293 milliseconds 5-shot time to kill is slow for close ranges when we have Fennec with faster time to kill, even hitting all leg shots, or even QXR for example. Why QQ9 overall is good, and with the buff it is better. But I still will recommend the Fennec, and right now Fennec is still the overall the best SMG for playing aggressive. QXR versus QQ9 has its pros and cons, which I will cover in the comparison video, but overall QQ9 is not the best SMG we have right now. It has been overhyped due to the buff it received, and it has its own merits which will make people use it, like the fastest strafe speed right now, but Fennec is still the king of aggressive SMG playstyle. You can use the QQ9 though, no harm in using it, but as a stats person who does analysis, it is my duty to tell you which gun is going to be good or bad, and if there is a better alternative then I should point it out as well. Thus this brings us to the end of this video. It was a long journey and I'm glad to see you here till the end. Just leave a like if you haven't already done so, and comment something nice to appreciate the efforts that went into making this video. The comparison video will be coming out soon, so I will see you again very soon. Till then, take care guys, and bye.